On the Shelf episode number 60 of
Brutal Battle.
Okay, so we have a 12 ounce for our first beer, and we have a 16 ounce for our second beer. Both of these are hoppy. One is I think double dry hopped. Yeah, double dry hop pale ale, which unfortunately we screwed up on. I think I wasn't remembering what month it was when we picked it up, because this is actually at like 4 months in the can, so not as much on the brewery as us because they do date code, but we're still going to check it out and see how it is. The other one is from a brewery that we really have enjoyed in the past, but we've never had their beer on the podcast while they've been distributed in Maryland. They just started being distributed in Maryland at some point this year, and I was very excited to see that. Unfortunately, we're only getting hoppy beers from them right now, and I would like some more of their variety because they have a great variety of things. But anyway, and real quick, update from the last On the Shelf episode. I dumped that Magnify Brewing Kool-Aid and frozen pizza, that smoothie sour, and just as suspected, there was a ton of puree just sitting in the bottom of the can. Those types of smoothie sours usually don't taste great. I don't like them. They're usually way too much on the fruit, don't taste like beer, and they're way too sugary. And that was the case with that beer, unfortunately. But anyway, let's go ahead and start with the first one. This is by Oliver Brewing Company out of Baltimore, Maryland.
And it's a collab, I think.
Oh, let me see. Oh, yeah, and Monument City Brewing, also out of Baltimore City.
Yeah.
I had some stuff from Monument City some time ago and enjoyed it. Thought it was pretty solid. Oliver's been in Maryland for a long time. They're an older brewery for Maryland, like pre-craft beer boom. And I've had some really good stuff. We've had some really good stuff from them, including, I always remember their IPA Forearm Smash. That was an awesome IPA. So, and you may hear a cat playing again. It's just a disclaimer for every single one. But anyway, I Wish I Was at the Yard, which is obviously talking about Camden Yards where the Orioles play baseball. This is the double dry hopped.
Are you okay?
Yes. Double dry hopped pale ale and is 4.5% alcohol.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at that alcohol level, it's perfect for drinking while you're outside watching baseball.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If you were at the yard, get this poured. It's looking very pale, or very, yellow.
It does look very yellow.
This is a real yellow one. Again, reminder, this is at 4 months in the can. Just going to see how it's holding up. This is not going to be a great representation of how it tastes fresh. Just so you know. It's very yellow.
Yeah, a little hazy.
Hazy. Yeah, definitely hazy there. Just tastes very malty. A lot of the hops probably have fallen out. That's my guess. Especially because it's double dry hop, so you would probably be getting a lot more hoppiness on the nose. It doesn't smell bad, it just doesn't smell like much.
Yeah, it's very low level. I'm getting a little pineapple.
Yes, I can definitely see that pineapple.
And some mango.
Yeah, I can see the mango. Good job pulling those out. And, yeah, a good amount of malty sweetness. Yeah, as I sniff it more, I'm definitely getting that mango. It's becoming more and more pronounced.
It's hard to say what this would taste like fresh. It's not bad. It's still pretty good. It has some good flavor. You definitely get the pineapple and mango for sure.
Yeah.
It has a sweetness to it.
At 4 months for 4.5%er that was double dry hopped, I think it's tasting pretty good.
Yeah. I like the mouthfeel.
Yeah, I was just about to say it has a way more serious mouthfeel than I expected for a 4.5%.
Yeah, it's like a 6%er mouthfeel.
Without the alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is a little bit of a candied Smartie sweetness on the end that I do appreciate.
I mean, you can just pound this.
Yeah, you can pound it. It's pretty good. I like this. Even at 4 months, it's pretty solid. I'm enjoying this beer.
Yeah.
I guarantee it's a far cry from what it started out as, but at 4 months, it's still tasting good.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. Definitely going to enjoy finishing this one. I'm into it.
Okay. So the second one, Carlin already teased, is New Trail Brewing.
They're somewhere in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, Williamsport.
Got it.
It is called Broken Heels. It is a hazy IPA. And it's 7%, and it's in a 16-ounce can.
Awesome. And when we've had New Trail before, it's typically been because it was sent to us by Kyle Norman, who lives in Pennsylvania. And I think there was one time we picked some up ourselves when we were driving to visit Kyle and his wife Kelly and their daughter Olivia. And we stopped at like a gas station and they were selling beer and they had some New Trail and we were like, oh man.
Oh, really? I don't remember that.
I remember beer things, you know? It's important.
Maybe like what you hold on to and what you don't.
Sure.
Because you can't remember everything.
That is true. You cannot remember everything. Now, I will say, shame on New Trail. They don't date code.
So we have no idea.
Yeah. So we have no idea, and now since they started being distributed in Maryland, the distributor has no idea necessarily what the date code is for this. This is very yellow as well.
Very similar to the first one. A little darker.
A little bit darker.
A little more on the orangey side.
Yeah, a little bit, but still quite hazy. Which makes sense because it's hazy.
Ew, it smells stinky.
Yeah, it smells a little...
It's the Vaseline-y.
Yeah, that's what you hate the most, that Vaseline smell. Yeah, it's definitely on there. And you typically get that from hazy IPAs.
It's a little skunky, too.
Yeah, I think it's got a little bit of a dankness in the nose, but it's smelling gross because it's like that dankness that's getting manipulated by that yeastiness from it being a hazy IPA. I think that's where the issue is. I don't hate the nose, but I see why you would. Because, again, like you said, it's got that Vaseline to it. That doesn't bother me as much as it bothers you. I do get some dehydrated orange in there.
Yeah, there's definitely some citrus.
Because it's pretty sweet smelling.
Hard to get past that Vaseline for me.
Maybe a slight tangerine in there as well. Yeah, let's see. I don't know.
Ooh. It's very light on the flavor.
Ooh.
There's like...
This is supposed to have Citra and Mosaic in it. How old is this? That's the question.
There's like hardly any flavor.
Well, that's hazy IPAs for you. That's why we don't like them typically. There's some flavor to it. I actually do get that dehydrated oranginess.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like Vaseline. Well, as Vaseline smells, I should say. Yeah. I haven't eaten Vaseline.
It's just that like yeastiness on the finish
like
that's very strong.
Real low level flavor.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's just not worth drinking. Like, it doesn't have enough flavor to it. It's just not worth drinking, in my opinion.
Yeah. But we know the winner.
Especially at 7%. When we just had a 4.5%er that has better flavor than a 7%er, what are you going to do? You know, you're going to go for the 4.5, especially at 12 ounces versus 16. You can drink a lot more of this I Wish I Was at the Yard and have a much better time than this Broken Heels Hazy IPA. Sorry, I wanted to like it because it was New Trail, but I don't. It's not good.
They had a couple other New Trails while we were...
Oh, baby. Oh, that's weird. So going from the Broken Heels to the I Wish I Was at the Yard, when I sipped it, the first little bit I got was like coconutty all of a sudden.
Oh, really? I think going back to it, it's like, it has a lot more flavor.
It does. It literally does. Okay, did you go back to it after that? Let's do this. Take a sip of the Broken Heels and then take a sip of mine.
I did.
Did you get that little coconut?
No, I didn't.
It's kind of weird. But
it just was like so flavorful, though.
Yeah, it really just boosted everything. Yeah. Good, though. Actually, it boosts the pineapple quite a bit, too. That really goes up. Giving it a little more of like a pina colada thing going on there. Okay. Which I appreciate. But yeah, that's good. Obviously, winner, Oliver and Monument Cities. I Wish I Was at the Yard. New Trail. You suck at hazies. Hazies suck in general, though, so, you know.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if this beer
just this beer sucks, or it's really old, but that's their fault.
Right, yeah. Or is it just really old?
Date code your cans. Because if I grab a beer and there's no date code and it's like really old and I try it, that's your fault. that it sucks, because I'm just going to think that beer just sucks because I have no context.
Well, you might think the whole brewery, like, are you going to give your hand at another beer from that brewery when there's how many other breweries on the shelf?
I mean, we will, but your typical consumer.
Maybe not.
Right, exactly. You gotta be careful, Anyway, thanks everyone for listening to this. I think we're done with On the Shelves at the moment, but we'll see where we end up going from here. But yeah, until next time.
Keep it brutal.
I feel so